Hi, my name is Priscilla Ramos, and today I will be doing a webcomic review of Oh Holly by Ahyun. This webcomic revolves around the high school student Jamie Oh. He is an introverted student, doesn't really have any friends, and he has the ability to see ghosts. So his only friend is a ghost kid named Jacob. Eventually, the transfer student Holly Ju appears, and they both recognize each other as childhood friends. And they kind of start talking from there. After a certain incident, both of them end up making separate deals with the same Grim Reaper and work towards getting any lingering souls to heaven. So some key scenes, for starters, is Holly Ju's coma. So after incident with Jamie and a school bully, she basically tries to help Jamie out of the situation. And while she's doing that, she trips on a mop, she hits her head on the ground, and she goes into a coma. Now, in the midst of that, her soul does end up leaving her body, which Jamie notices, and he is then trying to find a way to keep her alive. Now that brings me to the second key scene, which is the deal that is made with the Grim Reaper. So the first deal is with Jamie. He makes a deal with the Grim Reaper to keep Holly alive in exchange for his own life. And then at the hospital, Holly's soul makes a deal with the same Grim Reaper to keep Jamie alive because she believes that he was supposed to be the one that died. So she tries to keep him alive by working for the Grim Reaper using her new ability of leaving her body to help any souls go to heaven. Okay, so a few other key scenes. Here we have Jamie's backstory. So it is known towards the beginning that because of his ability to see ghosts, he doesn't have a very good relationship with his mother. And due to a small incident as well, he has basically a misunderstanding with a ghost from his childhood. Now, another key scene is Jamie's memory loss. So once the accident happens with Holly Ju, he goes and he tries to see her at the hospital. In the midst of that, he sees her but runs away and is then gets into a car accident, which causes him to hit his head and lose his memories as well as his ability to see ghosts temporarily. Let me see. So a few other key scenes that are in the story later on. First off is the appearance of the new character, Amy Beck. She's an old friend of Jamie's, and she has somewhat of an ability to exorcise ghosts, but she does make it clear that she's not some sort of exorcist. It's just a sort of hobby for her. She also has the ability to remove any evil spirits or spirits that have possessed Jamie's body using some charms that she makes. Another of the key scenes is Jamie recovering his memories. So after getting possessed by a dog spirit, he gets into another accident, which causes him to again hit his head and regain his previously lost memories as well as abilities to see ghosts completely. And then the other one would be Jamie's ability to be possessed by ghosts. So this occurs after he loses his memory. It starts becoming more and more difficult for him because he keeps getting possessed by different spirits that Holly comes into contact or that he comes into contact with. Let's see. So my review and thoughts. Overall, I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was very funny, very lighthearted. It did have its more serious moments throughout the story, but during those tense or dark scenes, the author included some comedic moments in there to make it less tense, a little more enjoyable and lighthearted. One thing I really enjoyed was the character development. the author did a good job of developing all of the characters, not just the protagonists themselves. And although I am not a huge fan of rom-coms, this story was pretty interesting. It had some other things that I liked, or genres that I liked, such as the mystery, supernatural, fantasy style stories. In conclusion, the story is pretty easy to follow. It doesn't really deviate from its original plot as other stories do sometimes. Any information or side information from other characters all applies to the main plot or ties together with the main characters, which is pretty cool. The character growth, as I said, is pretty well done with the inclusion of the side characters having their own character growth as well. Now, although it was mainly a rom-com, I did like that it included some more serious scenes throughout the entire story, and the style is pretty easy on the eyes. It's not too detailed. It's pretty simple, which is makes it fun to read, and it fits the story as well, I think. Since the comic is drawn in up to down style, it's also really easy to follow how you're supposed to read it. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day.